Hey there, we got a blended family question, and September is Blended Family Month on our social media platforms, so we are highlighting and spotlighting blended family issues. I am attorney Billy Tarasio, Arizona family law attorney. This question comes from the Modern Divorce Podcast. Not podcast, the Modern Divorce Support Group. I recorded a podcast earlier today. So this question comes from a mom, and she says, my son is 7 and has been with me and his dad 50-50 since he was born, back and forth. Stepmom has been his stepmom since he was born as well. Now dad and stepmom have separated. Son is still going to stepmom's house even while dad has been forced to leave the house by the police. Dad is not allowed to return to the house or have contact with his children that he shares with stepmom. He is allowed to see the son that mom has with him. Mom says, I do not want to rip my son out of the home just because they're having marital problems and his dad is staying with the uncle. If stepmom comes to me and says my son needs other arrangements, then I will do what is needed to. But I think the right thing to do is just to allow my son to continue to have the same consistency he was having going to stepmoms with his brothers and sisters. It's his home, and this is where he gets off the bus and where I pick him up each day for my time sharing. I assume dad is getting him after he gets off work. She's not sure what type of contact dad is having. And she's asking, am I going about this in the right way? Stepmom wants my son to be there with his siblings and is not forcing him to leave the home with dad. Most of the comments on the Modern Divorce Support Group are incredibly positive and really commending mom for working with all of the adults that are in this child's life and really keeping the child as, at the focus of what should I do here? How do I help, everybody through a very challenging situation? Another person recommends communicating with dad. I totally agree with that. I think you got to communicate with dad. Another person says, if he's not allowed to be around the other kids, why? Is your son safe with him? All of those are just spot on and very appropriate. There's a lot of things going on and you don't want to get in the mix, right? You don't want to get in the mix of dad and stepmom's marital issues, but you do need to understand how this is impacting your son. And then the other thing is you want to ask your son how he's doing and make sure that this is working for him. You may need to work with dad to make other arrangements. So I would have that plan B figured out now, just in case that blows up. But other than that, mom, you're doing great.